Hi, everyone. Welcome to our 2022 Image Skincare ESTYTALKS All-Stars. I am Kimberly James, Director of Education with Image Skincare, and it is my pleasure to be here with you today on day 2 of our ESTYTALKS. For those of you that may be new or just joining us today, what this is a couple of days where we come together with professionals and consumers, and we get to see all about aesthetics, what the esthetician, is doing behind closed doors, what it looks like to receive a professional treatment. This is actually our third installment of ESTYTALKS. We started this back in May of 2020 when the world went crazy, and most of us were, I think all of us were on lockdown, and it was so successful. It was a great way to bring the professional esthetician together with the consumer, those of us that want to learn about skincare, use skincare. So this is a very unique event because often we have events for our professionals, and we often also will have events for our consumers, but this is really a unique time to come together where, like I said, we bring both the professional esthetician and the consumer. So what I mean when I refer to the consumer, that is just the everyday person that is not a licensed esthetician, but it's the person that is going to go visit the licensed esthetician and the person that is looking to purchase skincare and learn about skincare. So when I say consumer, that's you all out there that are looking to really see what's it like in the treatment room. What does the esthetician do? Maybe you've never received a peel and you want to know, what does it look like to receive a peel? What does that treatment feel like and look like? And for the licensed professional, this is an opportunity to really showcase the benefits of coming to see the professional and really give the consumer the inside peek at what you do in your treatment room. We know how important the professional is, and we know how important our beloved clients are. So we really just wanted to bring us all together so that we could really learn more and have fun together. So with that said, we are going to have an amazing day today. I do want to mention that throughout our time together, we have a chat feature. So you are welcome to chat questions in the little chat box. At the end of our time together today, Cameron and I will go through and we'll be answering your questions. We'll answer as many as we can. If we're not able to get to them all, we'll give you directions on how you can still reach out to us so that we can get those answered. But feel free to be typing those in. I've seen lots of comments already, people that are excited to be here. They were here yesterday. We will have instructions when we conclude on if you want to rewatch this session. So stay tuned. We'll give you all the directions and answer as many questions as we can at the end of the chat. All right, so I am so excited to announce and introduce our guest today. We are going to be focusing on your acne action plan, and this is being facilitated by Cameron Cooper. And if you don't know Cameron Cooper, he is a huge personality. He's fun to work with. He is such an expert at what he does. Cam is a licensed esthetician in Beltsville, Maryland, and after starting his personal skincare journey 6 years ago, Cameron developed a love for the industry, and that fueled his passion for educating and guiding clients to clearer, healthier skin. I've loved watching Cam. I follow him on social media. I was introduced to him actually through, I believe, our ESTYTALKS, and he's just such a pleasure to work with. So without further ado, I welcome and introduce Cam Cooper. Hi, Cam.
Hey there, everyone.
Thank you so much for joining us again today. As mentioned, it's just always such a pleasure to work with you. I learned so much, and you do your work in such a fun, like your bio said, enthusiastic manner. So I'm so excited for you to take us through our acne journey today. We've got a great demo.
Yes, I'm so excited. And again, thank you everyone for joining our next installment of ESTYTALKS. We're so happy to have you here. As Kim mentioned, I am a licensed esthetician, and I'm the owner and lead esthetician here at Skin by Kim.
Cam, can you tell us a little bit about your history with Image Skincare? How did you initially come to work with Image?
Yeah, so I've been an esthetician for about 2 years now, and I was initially introduced to Image Skincare was when I was actually in esthetician school. They gave us our kits. That was our most exciting day, especially in esthetician school, is getting your kits. And I was so happy to see my Image kit. I got into my Image bag, and as you can see, I have not gotten out of it. I have loved Image ever since, and it's been a part of my routine and now a part of my clients' routine ever since.
I love it. Yeah, there is nothing like when you get your hands on those products, right? For
Yeah.
the first time in Esty school. That's awesome.
Yes.
So today we're going to be talking all about acne and clearing the skin. And I think this is such a great topic. It's something that I think all of us at least a time in our lifetime suffer with. Even if you're a dry skin person like myself and you don't tend to struggle with oil and acne, you still have those moments of breakouts, whether it be teen or hormonal. Tell us a little bit about what you find that presents in your treatment room. What are the causes of acne, and just a little bit of background around acne and treating acne?
Absolutely. Like you mentioned, we've all probably dealt with acne at some point in our lives or know someone that's dealt with acne at some point in our lives. And if you are dealing with that, know that acne is quite complex. It has a variety of stages that you go through. There are different acne triggers, and everyone responds to it a little bit differently. So that's, again, very, very important to understand that if you're treating someone with acne, understand that your first treatment, you're not going to clear, their acne, and understand at home as a consumer that there's no one magical product or ingredient that's going to cure acne. It is a complex skin condition that requires sometimes professional intervention and then also some consistency at home with your at-home skincare.
That's a great point. I think that sometimes we overlook that it really is a combination of the two. Yeah. You have to have that consistent home care, but oftentimes it's the professional that can really take you to the next level. They can provide the treatments that products that you can't get at home or treatments that you can't do at home. So that's such a key. I'm glad you mentioned that. I wanted to ask you before we dive even more into acne, what are your two favorite Image products?
Yes. So some of my favorite products, and this goes with right in line with dealing with acne as well. One thing that you have to remember is, again, as you kind of touched on earlier, is that acne goes through cycles and it's complex. So one of the main things that is an acne that you initially see with acne is that inflammation, that redness that you see. And one thing that I found that really, really helps with that is the Ormetic Balancing Cleanser. This is an amazing cleanser for anyone. This actually works for all skin types. And this is an amazing cleanser that's going to help reduce that inflammation, help soothe and calm the skin. So I love that for all of my clients, and especially those that are dealing with acne, to help give your skin that nice balance. Another one that I really love is the Max. This is the Max Stem Cell Mask. This one is packed with peptides and antioxidants, so it's really going to help support your skin barrier while you're dealing with your acne condition. So this is going to be great to, again, help make sure you're supporting the skin barrier and nourishing the skin throughout that cycle of the acne journey.
Perfect. And those really are two preferred, and I know I favor those. The Ormetic, I think, is such a great cleanser because, especially as you're talking about acne, it provides such balance to the skin.
Exactly.
And another thing I love about the Image brand in and of itself is everything is really formulated to work very synergistically in concert with one another. So I like that you showed us the Ormetic cleanser, but then a product from another collection, which is the Max collection.
Yes.
And you can really uniquely customize for your clients, and you professionals, keep note, you can customize for your clients what's going to be best for them. And it's really a personal and very specific treatment plan.
Exactly. Because acne, like we kind of touched on again, goes through stages. You have that inflammation. It sometimes leads to clogged pores. You have excess oil production. There's so many different factors with acne. So you got to look at it in a multifaceted way and targeting each one of those triggers or each one of those acne stages with different products and ingredients.
I love that. That's really important to note. And I'm going to kind of reiterate to our guests, because for those of you that are not the professional, maybe you struggle with acne or an acne breakout at times. I think we see a lot of products out there on the market that are intended to kind of, you know, we want to strip oil from the skin and then we won't break out, or we want to just clear up that breakout. But especially if you're not a professional, you know, you're not necessarily thinking about the inflammation, the redness, the possible scarring, the hyperpigmentation, those. So there's so much to it. And I love that you really brought all of those aspects, because it's not simple. It is quite complicated. And I think that's why professionals, it's so important that we are always encouraging our clients, and you clients, you non-professionals, why it's so important that you really see and visit the professional, because look at what Cam can do for the skin that, you know, we couldn't do on our own at home. We don't have the expertise of knowing how the skin works. We haven't been to aesthetic school, and we may not be familiar with the products. And the last thing we want to do is use a product that exacerbates the situation.
Exactly.
We think we're clearing it up, but we're making it even worse. We're tricking our body into, you know, producing more oil. And what we're trying to do is calm the oil production. So such a valid point. And I appreciate you brought that up for our guests. I want to highlight a couple of products that are my favorites, because this is perfect in line with our acne talk today, because we have just launched some amazing new products in our Clear Cell collection. So we have a new spot treatment, and this is perfect. I think it's perfect for everyone, because I look at someone like myself that I don't have a lot of breakouts, but lo and behold, it'll be, you know, at the perfect, or I should say imperfect timing, I'll get that breakout, you know? And so the spot treatment is a product that we just launched that literally can just be put on that blemish, or it can be applied to a greater surface area, but it dries clear. It's like immediate gratification because it clears things right up. It doesn't leave a tacky residue behind the skin. So that's one of my favorites. And then we also have our new Clear Cell Repair Cream. And this is a very unique product because it not only brings all of the elements that we would want in a product to really help to control oil and prevent breakout and correct blemishes, but it's got a focus of anti-aging. I love that. There's actually an ingredient in there that is a retinol alternative. It's a plant-derived ingredient that acts like retinol, but it's not traditional retinol. So I love that we're able to bring balance of clearing up the skin, treating acne, but also anti-aging. So very exciting. If you're not familiar with the new products, definitely check them out. And we also have an absolute, I'm just going to shout it out because it's a hero product. It's a favorite of mine. And I think it goes well with treating acne and all conditions in the treatment room. And that's our new MD Power C serum. So just be on the lookout for those new products that just launched. You professionals, if you don't have them for your clients yet, you definitely want to order them. And for our non-professionals, you must check them out because I think you're going to want to have them in your skincare arsenal there at your home regimen.
Absolutely.
All right. Any other comments, tips, or tricks before we highlight this amazing treatment you're going to do when it comes to acne, Cam?
Yes, and again, we kind of already touched on it, but again, keep in mind, you all, acne is complex. There are so many different factors that play into what's triggering your acne or what's causing your acne. You have hormones, there's genetics involved, there's oil production. Of course, sometimes your diet and exercise can kind of play a factor into that, and adjusting like your hormone levels with stress as well. That's another factor. So keep all of this in mind when you're, again, tackling acne, and understand that there's different grade levels of acne too. So while you might be at a level 1 or 2, which is dealing with maybe mild papules or maybe some closed comedones, whiteheads or blackheads, that sometimes you can maybe treat at home by yourself with some at-home products. But once you start to get to that level 3 or 4, where you have many papules or pustules and many whiteheads or blackheads or even cystic acne, that's when you definitely want to go ahead and seek professional assistance and help. That way you're not causing any damage to your skin. Because if you don't treat these things at the right stage, it can lead to further hyperpigmentation, texturing of the skin, and scarring of the skin too. And a lot of these things are preventable by seeking a professional.
Well, you are a wealth of information. I'm so excited to now turn things over to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to be highlighting Cameron Cooper, who is going to be demoing for us the Be Clear Purifying Treatment. And he actually incorporates our Acne Lift in there. So we're going to highlight Cam. He's going to take us all through the steps. Don't forget, you can put your questions in the chat. And once we're finished with the demo, we'll be able to answer those questions for you. So take it away. We're going to get situated, and I can't wait to watch.
Thank you all. Yes, I'm so excited to show you all this treatment. This is an amazing treatment. This is something that is going to incorporate some products that you yourself can use at home, but also incorporating some professional products. So again, that's why it's super important to seek professional assistance when dealing with acne or any type of skin condition. So I have my model here. We're going to go ahead and shift the camera a little bit so we can show you and demo this treatment. And I'll be talking about each of the products as we're moving through. And again, feel free to use that chat, you all. So feel free to, if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop them down below. Now, as always, we're going to start with the cleanse. You want to make sure your clients are starting off with nice cleansed skin. And we're actually going to start off with our first cleanse out of our two. And we're going to be using the Ormetic Balancing Cleanser. This is one of my faves. So this is coming back. We're going to start our client's cleanse with the Ormetic Balancing Cleanser. And again, this one is super oxidant rich, and it also has some really nice humectants in there too. So it's going to help soothe the inflammation and also help hydrate and nourish the skin as well. So we're just going to mix that up a little bit. And we're going to apply it to our client's skin. Now, again, this has aloe, you have glycerin in here. So again, really nice hydrating humectant ingredients in there. And I just like to apply with a fan brush. And we're going to thoroughly cleanse the skin for about 1 to 3 minutes. And this is a great cleanser, you all, that's great for everyday use. I literally can use this morning and night. It works great for, again, helping to kind of soothe that inflammation, help rebalance the skin and provide that nourishment. And it gives a great first cleanse to kind of get your skin ready for your next cleanse and the rest of our treatment for today. Just going to add a little bit of water, help emulsify the product a little bit more. And if your client does have facial hair, you all, don't be afraid to get into the facial hair too. So make sure you kind of get in there, because sometimes they have, breakouts in there too, especially my guys, if they're dealing with, shaving and ingrown hairs. Definitely want to make sure you're getting in there too. Now that we've kind of cleansed the skin, we're going to go ahead and remove with some sponges. And these are just lukewarm sponges, just to go ahead and start removing that product. And my client, Chris, he's dealing with right now, he's at about a level 1 or 2 with his acne. And we've been working through a few different treatments and trying to make sure that we kind of get everything under control. Because again, it's multifaceted. You have the actual breakout itself, the papule or pustule, the whiteheads and blackheads. And then you also have to kind of deal with sometimes the after effects too, which include that hyperpigmentation and scarring of the skin sometimes as well. Okay, now that that's been removed, we're gonna go into our second cleanse. Our second cleanse, we're gonna be using the Clear Cell. This is our clarifying salicylic acid gel cleanser, and this is gonna be our second cleanse. Again, just like that Ormetic, we're just gonna whip that up a little bit. And this has your salicylic acid. As we know, that's a BHA, so that's a beta hydroxy acid. This one is oil soluble, so it's gonna really help get into your client's pores, start to loosen up any excess oil and sebum. That way we can better extract the skin as needed and also help clear out that excess oil to prevent the acne. So again, we're gonna apply that to the client's skin. And you're gonna cleanse the skin for about 1 to 3 minutes. And salicylic acid is kind of one of those gold standard ingredients when it comes to fighting acne and treating acne. Other ingredients include things like benzoyl peroxide. Of course, you have your retinoids and retinol. Those are great ingredients to kind of help with your skin cell rejuvenation and turnover, because you want to make sure that you're also exfoliating and exfoliating per your skin type. So everyone's skin can't always handle something like a glycolic acid or a retinoid, but you want to try to work your way up to those ingredients, or find alternatives that are going to be able to be same, just as effective, but maybe more gentle on your skin. Just as Kim mentioned, the new repair cream from Clearcell has a retinol alternative called bakuchiol. So that's another alternative that's going to give you those similar effects to a retinol or retinoid, but in a much more gentle way. So you all, we're just cleansing the skin, and this is our second cleanse. You already did our first cleanse with the Ormetic to kind of calm and balance the skin. And this is our second cleanse with the Clearcell. You have the salicylic acid gel cleanser. And again, this is just getting the skin ready for our next steps, which is, of course, our exfoliation. That's another big part of dealing with your, handling acne and treating acne, is that exfoliation piece as well. Because sometimes that clogged pore is caused by a proliferation, or pretty much the skin cells kind of getting trapped and stuck on top of that pore or follicle. And that's what kind of causes and starts that whole cycle of acne. So now we're going to go ahead and remove our second cleanse. And I'm also, you all, going to use some warm towels as well with this to make sure we thoroughly remove the product from his beard and facial hair as well. Sponges kind of help get off kind of the majority, and then I'll go in with the warm towel to make sure we get off any remaining product. And those first two cleansers, you all, those were cleansers that, like I said, you can use at home. Those are cleansers that are available to you at home, the consumer. And our next products, when we incorporate our exfoliation piece, is going to incorporate some professional products. As Kim mentioned, we're going to be incorporating a bit of the Acne Lift, and that's going to really help make sure we're getting into the pores, helping to decongest the pores and dissolve that excess oil. So we're going to thoroughly remove our second cleanse. Before we get into the rest of our treatment for today. And again, thank you all so much for joining us this afternoon. ESTYTALKS has been such a fun experience to be a part of. And again, being able to connect you all with professionals and the treatments that we do in office. Of course, there are so many other treatments that you all can get from your esthetician or seek from a local esthetician. There are, of course, regular facials. They've got O2 treatments. We have chemical peels. There's also microneedling, dermaplaning. So there's so many different treatments that you all can also seek from your esthetician to try to treat and manage your acne. Okay, now that that's been removed, now we're going to get into some exfoliation. And this is where we're going to start incorporating our professional products. So this, you would need to seek a professional for. We're going to start off with a degreasing solution. And this is because we're about to use some of our Acne Lift. So you're just going to put a little bit of your degreasing solution on a cotton pad and thoroughly wipe that over your client's skin in both vertical and horizontal motions. And again, the degreasing solution also has a blend of enzymes in it. So it's also kind of getting that skin prepped and ready for the treatment. This is a treatment that Chris has actually already had incorporated into his journey and his skincare journey. So the skin is definitely prepared for it. And you want to make sure that your clients are prepared for treatments like this. Might not be something that you jump into immediately. Make sure you are familiar with what their at-home skincare is. Make sure that you have, of course, proper take-home kits for them. That way they can maintain their results and keep up with their results at home. All right. Now that the skin has been properly degreased and ready for treatment, we're going to go ahead and move on to our Acne Lift. Now, I've already pre-measured out, but this is our Acne Lift right here. You're just going to, again, this is a professional only product, you all. So this is something that you'll have to seek your professional for. We've already pre-measured this into our measuring cup, and we have our eye swabs right here. We're going to take a little bit of our solution on the swab. And I like to start at the forehead area and circular motions, and we're just going to move this right along the client's skin. With any type of chemical treatment, even enzyme treatments, always make sure you're checking in with your clients throughout and have tools available for your clients to be able to feel comfortable throughout the process. So something like cold globes are great to have on hand, making sure that you have like a fan available for them if needed, if they do feel any activity on the skin. Just have those things available. That way you can help your client feel comfortable throughout the process. Now, in the Acne Lift, you have a blend, again, of your salicylic acid. You also have aloe. So you're combating that acne in several ways. You're helping to calm the skin, soothe the skin, rejuvenate, and also with that salicylic acid, we're helping to get into those pores and dissolve any excess oil. And again, if your client does have facial hair, it's okay to get into their facial hair. Just want to make sure at the end that we properly remove the product and neutralize the product. Now we're going to move on to the nose. Because the nose is really that place where it gets a lot of congestion. That's where blackheads are common. So this is going to be a great way to help kind of decongest those pores in the nose area and all over the skin. Perfect. So now that our solution has been applied, we're going to let this sit for about 3 to 5 minutes. Now, just for time purposes in today's demo, you all, I won't be doing the extraction portion, but after you do your peel, this is where, after your peel has been properly neutralized and removed, that's when you'll then move into your extractions. You can easily incorporate something like this is a professional product for our pros out there. This is the pre-extraction emulsion. This is a great one that you can also incorporate before you do your extractions, again, to help loosen up that sebum and excess oil to make the extractions a lot easier to come up. And that way you're causing less stress on the client's skin. Remember, acne is already a form of inflammation, so causing an additional trauma or stress to the skin can really help exacerbate that. So you want to be very cautious of how you're doing your extractions and making sure you're not doing your own extractions. Seek a professional for your extractions. And you all, just on the side, I'm making sure that I get our cool sponges ready. That way we can, again, properly neutralize and remove our Acne Lift. And Chris, you still doing okay? Mm-hmm. Do you feel any activity at all?
No, I'm fine.
Perfect. And again, you want to make sure that you're checking in on your clients. If they do have any activity, make sure that your clients feel comfortable to tell you if they do notice any activity on their skin. If they notice any hot spots, if they feel any activity at all, make sure that your clients are comfortable in communicating that with you. Again, so you can help better manage that for them so they can have the best outcome at the end of their treatment. And we're at about that 2-minute mark right now. Thank you all for all the questions. Again, I'll be sure to answer as many questions as we can towards the end of the treatment and demo today. So again, feel free to keep on putting those questions into the comments. We'll answer all of those at the end of our demo today. And as we mentioned, since we're tackling acne and those several stages of acne, we know that we're going to go through that inflammation stage. We're going to go through that stage where there may be some clogged pores. So that's where the exfoliation comes into play. And then we also have the after effects. So that's tackling that hyperpigmentation and scarring. So things like glycolic acid, which is also part of the acne lift, is going to help exfoliate and make sure we're helping to slough off that top layer of dead skin to reveal brighter and clearer skin. You also have ingredients like niacinamide, which help to balance and help control oil production throughout the day. So those are some other ingredients that you can kind of look for in your products and treatments or ingredients that you're using to treat acne in the future. So now that we're at about that 3-minute mark, we're going to go ahead and start removing and neutralizing the product. So again, I have some cool sponges over here. And we're going to start removing the product. Make sure you remove everything very thoroughly until the client feels no activity. And again, just for time, you all, we won't be doing the extractions, but this is now the point where you will be doing your extractions. After you've already applied your acne lift, you can either go in with your pre-extraction emulsion, or you can add a little steam if you'd like to make sure that you're kind of loosening up those pores when you're doing your extractions. And again, we're just going to go ahead back in with the cool sponges. And just thoroughly removing. These are just cool sponges, you all. We've got some tepid water here, some cool sponges. And again, we also have, just in case your client may need, like some cold globes or a fan, just in case they do feel any activity. And making sure we thoroughly remove it from the facial hair as well. And one last time, I'm going to go in with the cool sponges one more time to, again, make sure that we've gotten all the product off. And our client feels no activity. And the acne lift, this one is fairly low on the scale of, the grade levels that you can get any type of chemical peel treatment. They come in different levels. So you'll notice for the professionals, when they add the Forte, that's usually like a stronger formulation of that particular peel. And this one's a very low level peel. So this is great for somebody that's kind of just getting started with peels or getting into any type of more advanced treatments. This is something great for the beginner to see how their skin responds to the treatment. Perfect. So now that our acne lift has been thoroughly removed from our client, we're going to go ahead and move into our mask stage. Now, this is where we're going to be able to add some additional nutrients to our client's skin and help to cool and calm any type of inflammation. So we're going back to the Ormetic line. We're using the Ormetic, the Balancing Gel Cleanser, or the Balancing Gel Mask. I'm sorry, you all. And I'm actually going to be enhancing this a little bit. I have our eye enhance here. And I'm going to be using the hyaluronic acid enhancer with this one, just to make sure we're providing some additional hydration throughout this treatment. And again, this is for my pros. So we have the eye enhance right here. This is our hyaluronic acid booster. And I'm just going to add 1 full dropper to our gel mask. Again, just going to mix that into the mask. And then we're going to apply the gel mask to our client's skin. This again is going to help kind of cool and calm the skin, calm any type of inflammation that may be existing there, and also provide those additional nutrients and antioxidants to the skin as well. Now the mask, we're going to let this sit on the skin for about 5 to 7 minutes. And of course, you can leave this on longer. And again, we're just doing this for demonstrational purposes. It'll be just a little bit shortened. Perfect. So now we have our mask applied. We're going to let this sit on the client's skin for, again, about 5 to 7 minutes. And again, just let all those nutrients get back into the skin. Now that we have been able to kind of loosen up those pores a little bit, get out that excess oil, kind of bring that up to the surface, now we're being able to kind of re-nourish the skin. And that is a super important stage in dealing with acne. It's not all about just stripping your skin and stripping all of those oils from your skin. It's also about managing and balancing the skin and providing that nourishment back into your skin. Your skin still needs that moisture and it still needs that hydration. Even if you have oily skin, you still need that moisture and hydration and balance to your skin to make sure that you're not actually causing or adding to the problem and making your skin produce more oil. So again, make sure you, again, consider that balance. It's not all about taking all the oils from your skin. It's also about maintaining your skin barrier and nourishing your skin throughout the process. And this is a great mask, again, everyone. This is an at-home product that you can use at home yourself. This is a great product that you can use 3 to 4 times out of the week. It's hydrating, it's balancing, it's nourishing for the skin. It has those antioxidants, so it's really great for even like a morning time or, again, in the nighttime as well. This is a great mask for all skin types. And Chris's skin is looking really good. Looking nice and hydrated. And again, we're going to leave this on for a few minutes, you all, before we get into our nourishment and treating the skin as well. Now, we could have, like I mentioned, done some extractions right after we did our Acne Lift. We add on that pre-extraction emulsion. It's going to really help loosen up any of that excess sebum and make your extraction process a lot easier. Other treatments that, again, that we kind of mentioned and talked about were microneedling, which is something that you can do in office with a professional. Dermaplaning to, again, help with that hyperpigmentation after you've calmed the acne and actual pustules. Because that dermaplaning is something that you don't want to do with active acne, but after you've kind of calmed everything, dermaplaning is another great treatment. You also have microdermabrasion, which is another great treatment to help with maybe the scarring and hyperpigmentation that comes with the after effects of acne. And again, those are all professional treatments that you get done in office by a licensed esthetician. So now that it's been on the skin for a little bit of time, I'm going to start preparing his towel so we can thoroughly remove the product. and get into the rest of his treatment for the nourishment and also protection. You all definitely know that there was no way that we're not going to be doing this treatment and not having that SPF. So we're definitely going to have some SPF involved. All right, y'all. So now we got some towels ready. Just like to make sure they're not too warm for your client. Make sure they're at a good temperature for them, and test it on the back of your arm. And now we can start removing the product. For the clients that do have like any type of facial hair, just make sure you have some additional towels available just so you can make sure you're thoroughly removing the product from the facial hair. And we're just thoroughly removing the products, you all. At this point, most of the clients are asleep. And again, just make sure you're thoroughly removing that product from their facial hair as well. So I have one more towel on the side. We're just going to use that one just to make sure, again, we're removing all the product thoroughly from any of his facial hair. Perfect. And again, you all remember to take your time with acne. Take your time with your patients and your clients. Make sure that they understand it's going to be a journey. There isn't going to be an overnight cure with anything. It's not going to be a one treatment that cures everything or anything like that. It's going to be a journey. It's going to be sometimes even trial and error as well. What works for one person may not work for you. Even these gold standard products that we're talking about, or ingredients like salicylic acid or benzoyl peroxide, what percentage may work for one person may not work for everyone. So keep that in mind too when you're offering product recommendations. Most advanced treatments, you all, we typically would have our clients come in for a consultation. We can do consultations virtually, but in person is the best, especially so we can see your skin up close and thoroughly analyze your at-home care, either your at-home treatment plan in regards to what we need to have added to your routine, or what you're currently using to make sure that you're a good candidate for the treatment. Perfect. So now you all, now that the product has been thoroughly removed, we're going to start going into treatments and then also nourishing the skin. So for starters, we're actually going to be starting with the Clear Cell. This is the Restoring Serum. And I absolutely love this serum. And again, this is a great one for all skin types, but especially for those clients that are dealing with acne. This has a blend of your antioxidants, that are going to help soothe any type of inflammation immediately and help soothe that redness. Because a lot of times, if you can help soothe that redness and that immediate inflammation, that breakout or that acne spot looks a lot less severe, and it makes the journey a lot more attainable. When you can see that something is working and it's starting to at least calm the inflammation, that's a huge part of it. And we know that inflammation or any type of irritation to the skin can lead to hyperpigmentation. So making sure that we tackle that inflammation is going to be a huge step in that acne journey. And I just took about 3 to 4 drops of that, you all, and we're just going to apply that all over to his skin. This is also really hydrating as well, because again, just because you have oily skin does not mean that you can skip on your moisturizer. You definitely want to moisturize and hydrate your skin. You can find different types of moisturizers. They have gel-based moisturizers, there's cream-based moisturizers, but find one that works for your skin type and make sure you're moisturizing and nourishing your skin throughout that journey. Okay, now that that's been on the skin, we're going to move into the hydrating from Vital C. This is the hydrating eye cream. This also has that gel-like texture. And again, these are all products now, you all, that you can use right at home. I like to take a little bit on the ring fingers, and we're just going to dot a little bit of that under his eye and on top as well, all around that occipital bone. And we're going to gently massage that in and pat as well. You want to be really gentle under that eye area. That's why I'm using my ring finger. We all know the skin there is a little bit thinner, a bit more delicate. So you want to make sure you're taking your time with your skincare. You do not have to be rough. Oh, let me make that very clear too. I'm glad I just mentioned that. Be very gentle with your skin as well. Treating acne does not mean you have to be super hard on your skin or using the most aggressive scrub or anything like that. You cannot scrub it away. You want to make sure that you're still being gentle with your skin all along that process. So we're just gently patting that into the eye area to make sure that we're keeping that area protected, nourished, and hydrated. Perfect. Now we're going to move into another one of the stars from today. This was one of Kim's favorite products that she had mentioned in one of Image's new products. This is an amazing product. This is the Clarifying Repair Cream. This one, as she mentioned, has that squalane in there. You also have your salicylic acid. So it's going to be really nourishing for the skin while still treating the acne as well. And again, just going to apply that all over to the client's skin. And this has a salicylic acid at 2%, which is a pretty tolerable percentage level for most clients. But again, like I said, what works for one person may not work for everyone. So try it out on your skin. Always patch test if you're trying something new. See how it works for you. Make sure it doesn't cause any irritation, because we know that irritation can lead to inflammation, and that can also lead to hyperpigmentation and scarring of the skin. So we're going to thoroughly work that into the skin and also in that beard as well. Make sure you're working it into that facial hair. A lot of times in that jawline area and in the cheeks, especially for the guys, that's an area where you can sometimes struggle with acne, folliculitis, or pseudo folliculitis, especially in this type of area, or ingrown hairs. So definitely make sure you're treating that area properly. And of course, you all, SPF is essential to anyone's routine, and especially if you are dealing with acne, because again, you want to make sure that you are protecting your skin after any of these advanced treatments. And in general, those UV rays are going to worsen any type of hyperpigmentation if you're not protecting your skin afterwards. So we're going to make sure, and we're using the Daily Matte. This is the Daily Matte SPF 30. We're going to get this all over our client's skin because, again, we want to make sure we are protecting our skin. And I love this formulation. It has a really nice hydrating texture to it and moisturizing feel, but not feeling like overly greasy. It's going to help him control the oils throughout the day. And of course, he's getting that SPF protection that we need. Just going to thoroughly work that into the skin. Now, it can get a little tricky sometimes with the gentleman and the facial hair, but just make sure, again, you're working it all into those areas too. Of course, make sure you're getting around that eye area too. We just did all this treatment. So you want to make sure that you're, again, protecting that skin and making sure that you're fighting, preventing future hyperpigmentation. So the skin is looking beautiful. Now we can't end this treatment without another one of my favorites, you all. This is the Ormetic, the Balancing Lip Treatment. I love this stuff. This is super, super nourishing for clients' lips. It helps keep them nourished all throughout the day. I just want to apply a little bit of this on a little lipstick applicator and apply this to our client's lips. Because you want to make sure you're treating and nourishing all your skin. And the lips count with that too. Make sure we wipe off any excess. Oh, you're not looking too glossy. I don't mind the gloss, but you know, you gotta make sure that you meet your clients where they're at. Perfect. Now, another little tip for my pros out there, if you do have guys that have the facial hair, taking something like a little spoolie for your eyebrows, something like one of these, is great to go in and make sure that you're getting and blending in all of the products, making sure they leave looking how they came in. We want to make sure that they leave looking presentable. So make sure that you can kind of work in any additional product there as well. And it just helps to kind of gently brush and remove any excess while making sure that, again, they're leaving looking good. We want to make sure that they leave looking presentable too. So I like doing that for my guys to make sure that it's not getting caught into their hair. And of course, we're going to make sure we groom the brows as well. That way our clients are looking good. And that, you all, is the Be Clear Purifying Treatment. As you can see, Chris's skin is glowing and he is well on his way to clearing his acne. Again, if you all have any questions at all, keep those flowing in the chat. We're about to open it up for some additional questions. So this is a great treatment. Again, we incorporated some products that you can use at home yourself and some additional professional products. So it's a great way to make sure that you have your at-home care, but also seeking the professional to get those additional benefits of the Acne Lift, and also making sure that you have that your extractions done professionally as well. Making sure that you professionally do your extractions is huge, because not doing them professionally and doing them at home yourself leads to a lot of scarring on my client's skin. I've seen some crazy scars. You also make sure that you're not doing your own extractions at home. Seek professional help and attention for that. But that completes our Be Clear Purifying Treatment. I think we're going to go back and open it up. I think Kim is still back there, so we're going to have Kim come back and start getting into some questions for us. Thank you, Chris.
Amazing, Cam. That was such a wonderful demo. And I thank you so much for really showing us both the professional and the non-professional, all the tips and tricks. I'm taking notes and I'm going to look for flights to come see you because I want a treatment from you.
I would love it.
So before we take questions, I have a surprise for everyone. We have a special guest that I'd like to introduce. This is the founder of Image Skincare, chairwoman of the Image Skincare Board of Directors. She's an esthetician. She's a mom, a wife, an entrepreneur. She's a friend, a fellow Esty. And without further ado, I would like to bring in and have you all help me welcome Jana Ronerts.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Kim. Thank you. That was so nice. Hi.
Thank you.
Hello. Nice to see you. Good treatment. I'm impressed.
Thank you so much.
Very, very good. Very, very skillful and very knowledgeable.
Thank you so much. And that's what it's all about, educating our clients while also guiding them to clearer and healthier skin.
No, there's no doubt about that. I mean, you know, when we first started this company in 2003, obviously we were at zero sales. No one had heard of Image. So education was our platform, you know, whether it was educating to one person, 10 people, 100 people, now thousands of people, the message is still the same, you know. To create a really great age later program, you have to be educated on what those ingredients are that treat the skin.
That's it.
So speaking of ingredients, I'll ask you a question before the group jumps in. And I'm just curious, what do you think are some ingredient trends that you're seeing or maybe your clients are talking about?
Yes, niacinamide, I'm noticing is having a huge uptick in the market. Niacinamide has been a huge trend that I'm noticing in the skincare market. And because it offers so many varying benefits for the skin, we're also still, you know, learning more information about niacinamide as well. But I definitely think niacinamide is coming more, and also probiotics in skincare as well.
Yes, I think for sure probiotics. My daughter is turning 13 and she's suffering from, you know, hormonal acne at that age.
Yeah.
And we've been kind of doing a series of that probiotic mask with her, along with a few of the acne, and her skin looks so beautiful. So that's just my little pro tip today. That probiotic mask is really great. And when you travel, when you're starting to travel again, it's really great for your skin. So I'm a big fan of probiotics.
Love it.
Yeah. One last question, then I'll let the group jump in. What are your thoughts about the new MD serum, the Power C?
Oh,
because that's
that
my
is one
new
of my favorites. That, again, one of my favorites. The glow that you get with that serum, you all, is on another level. Another level.
I completely agree. From acne to rosacea to aging, I think that's going to be in the run. That Vital C serum better stay in the lead, because I think that may overtake it.
Yes, and again, incorporating those additional antioxidants to support the skin barrier as well. Because again, acne is something that is so multifaceted. You have to be able to tackle it at so many different angles. So that's going to be a great product and ingredient.
Well, Cameron, it is such a treat to have you with Image today and for your demo. I was very inspired. I learned something, and I need a treatment too. So Kim, you and I may need to fly out there and have a treatment.
Yes.
Good. Well, thank you all. And thank you, Cameron. I'm going to pass it back to Kim, and you guys can answer your questions, but it was such a pleasure. Thank you for coming on today.
Yes. And thank you for joining us.
All right. Bye.
Bye, Jana. Thanks. Well, we have some amazing questions.
Yes.
I too learned so much from you, Cam. I was sitting here like, oh my gosh, that's a great tip. And I'm writing things down. And as I noticed somebody else commented about the spoolie trick. She's like, that's genius. Like, it is. It's genius. So awesome. So let me go through and see if we can. I know we're not going to be able to get to every question. I'm sorry, you all, because there's so many, but we're going to do our best to get through some questions. And then you always can certainly reach out. You could email education@imageskincare.com and we will help to answer questions and or pass them along to Cam. And also we're going to be providing his contact information. So stay tuned for that, because you'll be able to get in touch with Cam. So let's see here. Let me scroll through and find some questions. There's lots of love here for you. So I have to scroll through all the love to get to the questions.
And I love you all too. Thank you all for joining. Thank you so much.
Okay, so let's see. Would you ever use the purifying mask with this instead of the Ormetic mask? That's a good question.
Absolutely. And again, you all, as Kim had mentioned earlier, a lot of Image's products work synergistically. So you can incorporate those other products and ingredients into a protocol. Absolutely. That's a great one. And Jenna actually mentioned too, that's a great one that's helping her daughter with her hormonal acne. So that's absolutely a beautiful mask that you can incorporate.
Agreed. I saw a couple questions here about neck and chest and even back. Talk to us a little bit about treating other areas on the body, because we know that there can be other areas that experience breakouts. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, skincare is universal, you all. So what you can use on your face can absolutely be used on your body as well. And oftentimes your body can tolerate the products a little bit better since the skin is a little bit thicker there. So absolutely, if your client is suffering with acne on their chest or neck or even the back area, consider taking these products to those areas too. The skin still needs to be cleansed properly. We need to make sure we're exfoliating our body skin properly and nourishing and treating it properly as well. So absolutely.
This is a great question. Should a client have a professional skincare routine in order to get a chemical or enzyme peel? Great question.
That is a great question. And even in today's treatment, we included some products that you can use at home and purchase yourself versus some professional grade products too. So it's all about making sure that you have the right steps, products, and ingredients in your routine to make sure that you're a good candidate. You want to make sure that your skin can tolerate these treatments. That way you're not causing additional damage or trauma to the skin.
And again, I would say this is why it's so important to visit the professional, because the professional, like Cameron, he would be able to analyze your skin, as he mentioned, and really set up the appropriate steps and get you prepped. So
exactly.
Let's see here. Another question. Oh, this is a good one. What's the difference between moisture and hydration? So I think we're talking about like dehydration. Exactly.
Yes. Yeah, I love that question. Whoever put that question, that was an amazing question. It's something that I get often and something that's often confused. So to make it as simple as possible, you all, when you think about moisture, think about like an oil. And when you think about hydration, think about water. So you want to make sure that you're actually including the two of them into your routine, your hydration and then your moisture on top to kind of lock it in. That moisture is going to be the occlusive to help keep that hydration in your skin to prevent transcendental water loss from your skin. So pretty much the water evaporating from your skin. You want to make sure that you're properly hydrating it with like a water-based serum or even a lighter gel type moisturizer, and then capping that off with some type of an oil. Again, one that's suitable for your skin type.
Thank you for that answer. There was a question I can answer real quickly. This question was this the beta peel? This was actually the Acne Lift solution that Cam applied. Okay, let's see. Oh, the name of the product for extractions, that's actually our pre-extraction emulsion product. This is for professionals only in the treatment room. And again, it's the pre-extraction emulsion.
Yes.
Acne Lift pH, I'll just shout that out real quick. That's a range between 2.5 and 3.5 for the person that asked that question. All right, back to some questions for Cam here. What are you using to neutralize the peel?
So for neutralization, this peel is actually a self-neutralizing solution. And then you just, again, want to make sure that you're properly removing the product with cool sponges until your client feels no activity.
Yep. So he used water and cool sponges, and that was it. Let's see. Oh, there's so many, and I'm sorry. There's questions and so many awesome comments. Can the peel be used in acne type 3 and 4?
Absolutely. And that's a great question too. As we had mentioned earlier, everyone's skincare may differ at home. So you want to make sure that you're properly analyzing your client's skin and working their way up. I'd never like to start at the most extreme because then you might cause damage to the skin. So work your client's way up to a stronger peel if needed, because you might find that they get great results from something like this one.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. We can always progress forward, right? But the last thing we want to do is create a problem that we're scrambling to then go back and fix. So wholeheartedly agree with that. All right. Well, there are a lot of questions I know I didn't get to, and we apologize. But like I said, you can still reach out, education@imageskincare.com. We're happy to answer questions. And I know Cam is available as well. So I would like to show you the way that you can actually contact Cam along with the products that you saw featured today. So get your cell phone out and take a snapshot of the screen or do a screenshot, but definitely take a picture here. Cam, tell us the best way to get in touch with you.
Yes, so social media is a great way to reach out to me, y'all. My Instagram handle is @skin.by.cam, CAM. My inbox is open. You can send me a DM, you can send me a message, an email. You can also call me via phone if you need to. If you're local, we can schedule a virtual consultation. So there's so many ways to reach me, but social media is going to be the best way to reach me. And that has all of my additional handles there for you too.
And Cam is such an influencer, and he is such a great social media presence. So if you're not following him, if you haven't checked out his social media, you must, because it's just fun and educational. So yeah, excellent. All right. And then we also have a code that we want to supply.
Yes.
Because yay, if you're like me, you love to save some money, right? Exactly. So there is a discount of 10% off. This is an exclusive website offer. And this is good for not only our professionals, but for non-professionals as well. So this is both for our professional site, for you non-professionals, but you will receive 10% off with the code ESTYTALK2. Take a picture of this screen as well, because this code is good until midnight tonight. So you have some time to shop. You're going to want to add all the products that Cam talked about, that Jana spoke of, that I spoke of. They're amazing products. So you can take your time, shop. You have until midnight. So make sure you jot that down. Again, it's ESTYTALK2 is the code, and it's good on both our professional and our consumer website. Yes. All right. Well, I just want to thank you so much, Cameron Cooper.
Thank you
for joining us again today. You are always such a delight, and like everyone else has already commented, so much fun, and we learned so much from you. So we really appreciate your taking your time with us today, and it was an amazing Esty Talk.
Yes, as always, Kim, thank you, and thank everyone for joining our Esty Talks today. Again, I know there were lots of questions in there, so feel free to reach out to me, connect with me on social so we can follow each other. We can kind of, again, build to our community and education. It's all about educating our clients and ourselves. So I can't wait to see you all and chat with you all again.
I love it. And stay tuned for more Esty Talks. Tomorrow is day 3, and we are going to be featuring the power of the peel with Lisa Richards. So if you ask any dermatologist or esthetician, they'll tell you chemical peels are tried and true treatments that tackle almost every skin concern. In her session, Lisa is going to spotlight her favorite brightening peel for dull skin with a live demo and post-treatment tips. So we're really hitting the gamut of all conditions. So tune in tomorrow, Esty Talks day 3. Again, thank you so much, Cam. Thank you all for joining us, and we hope to see you tomorrow on Esty Talks.
Yeah, see you all.